From the Gospel of Matthew. Then the soldiers of the governor took Jesus into the governor's headquarters, and they gathered the whole battalion before him. And they stripped him, and they put a scarlet robe on him, and twisting together a crown of thorns, they put it on his head and put a reed in his right hand. And kneeling before him, they mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they spit on him, and took the reed and struck him on the head. And when they had mocked him, they stripped him of the robe and put his own clothes on him and led him away to crucify him. As they went out, they found a man of Cyrene, Simon by name. They compelled this man to carry Jesus' cross. And when they came to a place called Golgotha, meaning place of the skull, they offered him wine to drink mixed with gall, but when he tasted it, he would not drink it. And when they had crucified him, they divided his garments among them by casting lots. Then they sat down and kept watch over him. And over his head they put the charge against him, which read, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews." Then two robbers who were crucified with him, one on the right and one on the left. Those who passed by derided him, wagging their heads and saying, "You who would destroy the temple and rebuild it in 3 days, save yourself. If you are the Son of God, come down from the cross." So also the chief priests with the scribes and elders mocked him, saying, "He saved others, and he cannot save himself. He is the King of Israel. Let him come down now from the cross, and we will believe in him. He trusts in God. Let him deliver him now, if he delivers him. For he said, 'I am the Son of God.'" And the robbers who were crucified with Jesus also reviled him in the same way. Luke testifies that the two others who were criminals were led away to be put to death with Jesus. And when they came to the place called the Skull, there they crucified him. And the criminals, one on his right and one on his left. And Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." The soldiers cast lots and divided his garments. And the people stood by watching when the rulers scoffed at Jesus, saying, "He saved others, let him save himself. If he is the Messiah of God, his chosen one." And the soldiers mocked him also, coming up and offering him sour wine, and said, "If you're King of the Jews, save yourself." There was also an inscription written over him, "This is the King of the Jews." One of the criminals who were hanging there railed at Jesus, saying, "Are you not the Christ? Save yourself and us also." But the other rebuked him, saying, "Do you not fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? But we indeed justly, for we are receiving the due reward for our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong." And turning, he said to Jesus, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus said to him, "Truly I say to you, you will be with me in paradise." Our hymn, "Beneath the Cross of Jesus."